Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? Today is Friday, or at least it is as I record this video. Who knows what time it'll be when you get to watch it. Listen, it is story time, you guys. I was watching something on YouTube, and you know how the next video will roll up, and some video rolled up to somebody I don't even subscribe, but this girl was telling a story time of when she was cheated on. So I just listened to it, and it just reminded me how much I love story time, and it reminded me that many of you have said you enjoy story time. So I got some stories for you. So I said I'm gonna do story time a little bit more often. Before I get to story time, let me just do a few Friday shout outs. First and foremost, let me put on my glasses, y'all, so I can see y'all a little better. And I can, I use my other phone to, as a reminder of some people I want to shout out. So first of all, let me shout out to my mama, y'all, because my mom watches my videos, and it just makes me tickle pink. That's how my mama says pink, y'all. Pink. It makes me tickle pink that my mom watches my video, and then she leaves comments, or she will make comments to me personally and laugh at me and my cooking struggles, or she's just funny. Or she'll text me and say, "Oh, Deidre, I just watched your video and it was so funny." And I'm thinking, what was funny about it? And sometimes I'll go watch it myself and then and cackle and okay, I guess maybe that was funny, but I wasn't trying to be funny. So anyway, shout out mama. Mama, I love you and I appreciate you so much, y'all. The only reason, y'all, I can live in Georgia and work here in Florida is because of my mama. Because my mama let me live with her when I'm here in Florida. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate my mom so much, y'all. And my mom is so funny. My mom will say her name is Mother Hillary. Cause I will tell y'all to do a little shout out to my mama, y'all. Her name is Catherine Hillary, but call her Mother Hillary because my mom, y'all, those apostolic women, those old apostolic women, they appreciate their titles that they've earned in the army of the Lord, and they use those titles. So you ask my mom what her name is, she'll say Mother Catherine Hillary. And I laugh sometimes on the inside because some people are probably like, "Is your name Mother Catherine Hillary?" Anyways, you guys. All right, so let me give another hi, mama, love you. Give a few more shout outs. Jordan A. Marie, and y'all forgive me if I chop up your name. Just correct me. I don't mind correction. Just correct me in the comments. But hi, Jordan. Thank you for your condolences. Marina. Hi, Marina. And please tell me the pronunciation of your last name. I'm going to say Win, but I never know for sure the pronunciation of the spelling of your name. But I'm going to say it's Win. But let me know in the comments. Also, AJ, you've been riding for a long time. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate you. Leah, been riding for a long time. Hi, Leah. Whitney, Black Essence, been riding for a long time. And a few more. Alicia, you've been here for a while. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia Mincy. Thank you, Alicia. And also, I have another Alicia Philpart. Thank you for being here. And Reflections of Sunlight. I love the dissertations that you write, and I say dissertations most affectionately because I am prone for writing dissertations too. So I'm prone to dissertations, so I don't mind. I don't mind at all. So I say that affectionately about your dissertations. Ariel, hello, and a couple of more. Over 50 and Fabulous. I absolutely love your name, Over 50 and Fabulous, because yes, darling, we're over 50 and fabulous. And thank you for being here. And Psych is what I called you, Psych W. Thank you for following me on Instagram. Please share with me either in the comments here or on Instagram. You could, send me a private message. Am I saying it right? Is it Psyche? I said psych, but I mean psych. Is it psyche? And is that just a social media moniker? Is that your real name? Either let me know below or inbox me privately on Instagram. But you've been here for a long time. I appreciate you, but I just want to, get your names right and understand. Okay, y'all, that's enough for shout outs. Hope you're still with me. I'm 5 minutes in and ain't did no story time yet. But y'all know how I do. Somebody told me one time, D, I love your channel, but you talk too much before you get to the point. I just laughed because I said, girl, I know you right. You right. But this is me. You might want to bypass my channel and go to somebody who just gets straight to the point, because I'm never gonna get straight to the point. Anyways, to the point. Story time. So y'all, this happened maybe a month or about, I would say 2 months ago. I was at work, and me and my coworker, we were conducting interviews that day for personnel in our comm center. And we had about 13 interviews that day. So we had completed, maybe but the first 6 or 7 interviews that morning. And then we were going for lunch break, and we were going to be returning to complete the rest of the interviews. Well, as we were walking out of our comm center, which is on the 3rd floor of our sheriff's office, we're discussing where we want to eat. And we're intently, thinking of things. Do you want to go to Sonny's? Do we want to go to Colorado's? Do we want to go to, a Chinese restaurant? Do we want to go to Filomeno's, which is Italian? Do we want to go to, we're just, talking and we're discussing, and we're taking the elevator down from the 3rd floor, down to the lobby area. And so by the time we get off the elevator, we're kind of, each of us, deep in thought as to where we want to eat. Or at least I know that's where I was deep in thought, like, where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? We only have an hour. What's close enough that we could get there, order, eat, and get back? So that's what my mind was on. So and of course, both of us have on our mask because it's required in our building. So we passed by this lady, there's not older lady, because sometimes I want to say older and then I realize, wait, I'm older than the person that I'm trying to say older lady, but she probably around my age, a little older than I am. So we're between about 55 and 60, she probably was. And she's sitting there with the young guy, which is probably her son. It looks like her son. So they're sitting there with their mask on, and my friend and I, we passed by this lady, and I look in the lady's face. And I look in her son's face, and I keep going. Didn't speak, didn't acknowledge, nothing. I keep going. My friend, she didn't speak, didn't acknowledge, but I'm deep in thought. But I did. Just like I'm looking at you, I looked at her in her eyes and kept going. About 2-3 steps, she said, well, dang, people just look right in your face and won't speak. She said, that's a darn shame. And then it be your own people, too. And it took a pair of seconds, like Tabitha Brown says, a pair of seconds. It took a couple of seconds for me. I heard her, but it took a couple of seconds for me to register that, oh, she's talking about us. And in that moment, I had a decision that I could make, several decisions. I could turn around and with the same attitude and the same tone, turn around and say something to her. Or I could have totally ignored what she said and pretend I didn't hear her. She couldn't have been talking about me. Or I could have turned around and apologized. What was I going to do in those pair of seconds that it took me to realize and for me to register that she's talking to us? And in that pair of seconds, and I can't even say I decided, because this is just me. So I didn't even have to make a decision. When something is just inherent in you, you don't even have to make a decision. Sometimes you're trying to make a decision between right and wrong, but when right is inherent in you, there is no decision making. What's right, what's wrong. So, and me, I love people. And so there was no questioning as to what I'm going to do. But I backed up and I said, ma'am, I am so sorry. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, you are absolutely right. I said, I looked dead in your face and did not even speak. And I apologize for that. I said, ma'am, we are headed to lunch. And only thing was on my mind is where I'm going to eat. I said, now I know you can't tell from this voluptuous body. But sometimes food be on my mind. And she bust out laughing. And I said, but in all seriousness, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I said, that's not me. And I said, and I'm glad you called it out. And I apologize. And I said, do you? And then she said, okay. And she just laughed. And I said, do you forgive me? And she said, yes, I forgive you. I said, thank you for forgiving me. I said, now I got to go get me some food. And she just laughed. And then her son was beside her. You could just tell this young he was embarrassed I'm thinking he was embarrassed by his mom, because he was like, had his head down like, oh God, she embarrasses us everywhere we go. But yes, honey, she called me out. And I had a decision to make as to how I was going to handle that. Was I was going to return in kind? Or was I going to humble myself and apologize sincerely? Or was I just going to ignore what she said and just... But no, I wanted to get that straight, because in my book, she was absolutely right. And I'm just not that type of person. You know, now sometimes it depends on what area of the country you live in and what's normal for you and what's culturally correct or incorrect for you, or what the cultural norms are for you. Sometimes, you know, people just don't speak in certain areas. But we speak to each other. We speak to other people. I don't look you dead in your eyes and not speak. And I've had that happen to me before, where people would look dead at me and not speak. And I'm like, dang, that don't even speak. I mean, every day. It happens every day. And I'm not even talking about because of no culture. I'm not even talking about because of no color or racism or anything like that. It's just that some people just don't speak. And that's kind of foreign to me. And I did the same thing. But anyways, and she took, and I appreciated it, that eventually, you know, she told me that she forgave me, and she laughed it off. But I think that she was caught off guard that I even acknowledged what she said, because when I came back, to me, there was kind of a little like, ooh, she heard me, and she came back. Well, she knew I heard her, because she made sure that I heard her. Anyways, you guys, that's my story time. If you want to see more story time, give me some likes, and I'll know that if I get at least about 25 likes, then I say, okay, they want to hear more story time. All right, you guys, y'all have a wonderful Friday, a wonderful, safe, blessed weekend. And I don't know, perhaps I'll be back this weekend, or perhaps I won't. All right, you guys, love y'all. Y'all be blessed.